All right, welcome back everyone to the deep dive. We're going to be doing, based on what you sent me, a deep dive into AI wrappers, and we're going to be looking at this idea. You hear all this stuff about these huge AI models, these engines, like GPT and Claude and all these powerful things. But we're going to be talking about what makes those things actually usable for somebody like you, the person listening to this. And so, the analogy that we're going to use, think about a car, right? You have this powerful engine, but the engine is nothing without, the body, the dashboard, the controls that let a driver like you actually use that engine. So we're going to be talking about basically what makes AI usable.
Yeah, and the sources you sent over really pinpoint that the AI wrapper is that application layer. It's the interface built around, like you were saying, those core AI brains, those powerful AI models. And what's interesting is that it's that crucial element that turns the raw potential, like the engine in your analogy, into something accessible and practical. So without it, these incredible AI systems would be like having just the engine sitting in your driveway.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, okay, so let's unpack that a little bit. Like when we talk about a wrapper, what are we actually talking about? Like what are the pieces of that?
Well, the definitions highlight a few key components. One is what they call prompt engineering.
Okay.
And this is basically the art of asking the right questions to get the AI to actually do what you need it to do. So the wrapper often provides tools to help you craft those effective prompts.
I see.
Because the way you ask a question really does shape the answer you get. So that's a key part of it. Then there's context awareness.
Okay.
So a good wrapper can actually feed the AI relevant background information, which makes its responses much more insightful. And then you also have things like workflow integration.
Okay.
So that's the idea of, how seamlessly does this AI fit into your existing tasks and the systems that you're already using.
Right.
And then finally, they talk a lot about the user experience, making it polished, intuitive, easy to interact with. Yeah. So those are some of the core pieces that we're talking about when we're talking about AI wrappers.
Okay, so these aren't just like abstract concepts, right? These are things that we see like all the time. Like what are some real world examples of this from what you've been seeing in the research?
Yeah, absolutely. We see these things everywhere. You think about chat interfaces. Like those chat bots that you interact with, maybe for customer service or to get quick answers to questions. That's an AI wrapper, right?
All right.
Then you have things like dashboards that visualize data insights that are powered by AI.
Okay.
That's another example. A lot of the SaaS tools that we use now, software as a service applications that have AI features, they're often leveraging wrappers. And even voice assistants, when they tap into larger language models, are essentially acting as AI wrappers.
Yeah.
So it's probably something that you're interacting with more often than you even realize.
Right. It's like all over the place now.
Yeah, it's becoming ubiquitous.
Yeah. So it sounds like this is really how we're making this like super powerful tech actually relevant to somebody like me or you.
Yeah.
So one of the things that kind of jumps out, why is the wrapper becoming more important now?
So what's becoming clear is that as these foundational AI models, the ones that are doing all the, the really impressive stuff,
right,
as those become more and more widely available, the ingenuity and effectiveness of the wrapper becomes the real differentiator. It's what takes a general AI capability and molds it into a specialized solution. It makes it suitable for, very specific industries or even very specific tasks.
So it's not just the AI, it's how it's packaged up and delivered to me.
It's the bridge between that raw power of AI and making it actually deliver tangible benefit, because it ensures that the technology isn't just impressive in theory, but it's actually valuable and usable in practice.
Right. So it's not just like some sort of superficial layer. It's like the critical piece that unlocks all of that.
It unlocks the potential.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So I think the big takeaway here is that these AI wrappers, they're not just like a nice to have, they're really critical for unlocking all of this potential from AI. But it makes you think, like, as these foundational AI models become even more accessible, like, is that going to be the key to success? Is it going to be how good the wrapper is?
That's the big question. And it's something for everyone listening to think about too, right?
Yeah.
As these models become more accessible, the creativity, the effectiveness of the wrapper, that might be the ultimate key to widespread adoption. And it's about, thinking about the specific challenges that you face, or even just the routines in your day-to-day life. What kind of AI wrappers could you imagine that might be created in the future to solve those challenges or to enhance those routines in ways we haven't even thought of yet?
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the innovation is going to happen.
Yeah, that's super interesting. Well, on that note, thank you all for listening to The Deep Dive. We'll catch you next time.